Hi everybody, this is Meredith from the Witty Gritty Paper Co. And today I am here to talk about something that I think afflicts most artists at one point or another in their artistic journey, and that is simply being a little bored with your medium. So this video is brought to you by Skillshare, and if you haven't heard of Skillshare, they are an online learning community. And I think they have a huge number of classes. I think it's like 15,000. It's a lot. And they're not just about watercolor. They're about like design and photography, business, marketing, a lot of different categories of classes. So it's a very cool platform. And they are offering my subscribers, generously offering my subscribers, a link to get 2 months free. So I will put that right in the description. And you can try out all the classes you want in those 2 months. You don't pay per class. Which is one of my favorite things about Skillshare, is that you can just take as many as you want. And I think membership is like $10 a month normally, but be sure to check out the 2-month free link in the description to see if you like it. And anybody can teach a class too, which I think is really cool and really broadens the freedom of learning. So what I do when I feel bored with watercolors, when I feel like they're a little stale, is I create this cute little sketchbook, or maybe a lookbook would be a more appropriate term, and I fill it with practice from classes. So if I feel bored with watercolors, I look for other instructors. I never feel like there's a point you get to in watercolor, in any medium really, where you shouldn't continue to learn things. Even as an instructor, I always want to be learning new things and taking more classes. So I make this little sketchbook and then I fill it up with practice from the classes that I take. So I'm going to be sharing with you today how I make that sketchbook and some of the classes that I took recently to fill it with. So let's get right to it. To make your little sketchbook, you're going to need just a few supplies. First of all, you're going to need paper. I recommend you choose your favorite paper for this. I'll be using Arches 140-pound cold press paper. I've made it into an accordion. Each panel is 6 inches wide by 8 inches tall. Feel free to make your paper longer or shorter than this. I bought mine in a sheet to get this length. If you don't want to add covers to your sketchbook, then that is all you need. But if you do want to add covers, which I usually do, you're also going to need 2 pieces of chipboard or heavy artboard in the size that you want your sketchbook to be. And I've decided to cover mine with some pieces of leather that I had left over from a different project. I'm also going to be using a small piece of cordage, an X-Acto knife, and a hot glue gun to bring the whole thing together. I'm starting with my front cover, placing my chipboard in the middle of my piece of leather. I will hot glue each edge and then fold it over to secure. It's alright if your corners don't match up exactly. For the back cover, we're going to do something just slightly different. Before I wrap it around my chipboard, I'm going to make a tiny little slice with my X-Acto knife. About halfway down. Make sure it goes all the way through. Here's where we'll use our cordage. I'm going to tie a couple knots in it first. You'll see why later. Take the end without the knot and insert it into the little hole we just made in the back cover. I'm adding a little glue to mine to make sure it stays down. From here, we'll continue on the same way we did with the front cover. This last little step is totally optional, but I do think that it helps to get the creative juices flowing. I just took some leather paint that I had and painted both of my covers. If you didn't cover your covers with leather and just had a paper chipboard or artboard, then you could paint on them with anything. Now that our sketchbook is all finished, let's fill this thing up. So our sketchbook is all done here. And as you can see, I filled up pretty much all of it. I'm going to be saving some of these cute little faces to do on a rainy day, I think. I like having a couple blank to use in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It really helps me if I feel stuck. And I actually decided to do these in a different sketchbook I had made and save the one I made on camera to give as a gift. So multi-purpose. And you might be asking yourself, you know, why couldn't I just buy a sketchbook instead of having to go to the effort of making one myself? Well, you could, of course, buy a sketchbook. Nothing wrong with that. I have lots of sketchbooks. But I think what's special about this in particular is that it's not very long. So there's not really that pressure of when you first crack open a sketchbook and there's like a ton of pages, blank pages. And I think sometimes that can make me feel less inspired if I feel intimidated by my materials. So I think that's one good reason for it. And the other good reason is it's really fun. And you can put the type of paper that you like best in it. That's my pet peeve with sketchbooks, is that they usually don't have a high quality paper in them. And with this one, I got to put in my favorite Arches cold press. So it was more enjoyable to paint on than a store-bought sketchbook that I would be used to. So you could also make a different type of sketchbook. Skillshare actually has a ton of bookbinding classes and courses on there. So if you didn't want to do an accordion style one, there are lots of other classes that could show you how to do like a sewn one or a stapled one or lots of other things. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope this has helped you if you feel like you're in a creative rut, or I hope it helps you if you ever find yourself in a creative rut. And remember to check out that 2-month free link in the description. I really do love Skillshare, and I think that the platform is just awesome for learning new things. They're my go-to, and I never think people should stop learning new things, no matter how good that you get. So check that out if this sounds interesting to you, and thank you as always so much for watching. I would love it if you would like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.